What's up YouTube? This is your boy Nick here, and today I reveal my predictions for WWE's BattleGround live this Sunday on the WWE Network from Washington DC. And before we get started, I would like to, on behalf of myself and the rest of the WWE fans out there, we would like to send out a special thanks to SKILLET for the BattleGround theme song called Feel Invincible, which is off the album Unleashed, available on iTunes and Spotify. Alright guys, we are going to kick things off with the first of two women's division matches that we have on the card. It is as Charlotte will be teaming up with Dana Brooke, and they will be going up against Sasha Banks and a partner of her choice. Now a lot of people are wondering, who will be Sasha Banks' partner? Honestly, I don't know. But there is a rumor going around saying that it's supposed to be a former women's or Divas champion. That's what I was told anyway. But honestly, I'm gonna have to say Sasha Banks and her mystery partner. I think that whoever she chooses as her partner, I think that she'll make a really great partner. Alright guys, from there we move on to the New Day against the Wyatt Family. Now this whole thing started on the night that the Wyatt Family returned to Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago on Raw. The New Day came out and said that they were spreading negativity all over and all that. So the Wyatts said, you know what guys, why don't you guys come to our compound and we'll show you what negativity is all about, what fear is. And the New Day shockingly accepted. So they went to the compound that weekend, and they held their own. The New Day came back last night on Raw as part of a huge 12-man tag between the New Day, Enzo, Cass, and John Cena against the Club and the Wyatts. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say the Wyatt Family because they're more faster, they're more stronger, and their mind games are probably as dangerous as I'll say probably as strange and as dangerous as Demon Kane's mind games or The Undertaker's mind games or whatever. But yes, definitely Wyatt Family. Alright guys, from there we move on to the first of three title matches we have for this Sunday. The first one is for the United States Championship, as Rusev will be defending the United States Championship against Zack Ryder. Now Rusev, as I mentioned in the past, Rusev claims that he's a true American hero and the all-time greatest U.S. champion. Honestly, that's not what a champion is supposed to look like. A champion is supposed to be a fighting champion. Rusev is not a fighting champion. A true American hero would not back down from a fight. And Rusev, well, he backs down from a fight. So he decided, you know what? I'll let anyone in that locker room challenge me for my United States title. So Zack Ryder was the first to issue a challenge. Rusev accepted. We now have this match. Honestly, this is a no-brainer. Rusev. Yes, Zack Ryder has been around for 10 years. Yes, he is the underdog in this match, but Rusev knows how to take him down. And honestly, I don't think Zack Ryder can become a two-time United States champion. So I'm gonna go with Rusev. Alright, from there we move on to our second title match. Title defense, sorry. It is for the Intercontinental Championship as The Miz, alongside his wife, Maryse, will be defending the Intercontinental Championship against Darren Young. Yes, I said it, Darren Young, alongside his life coach, former WWE champion, WWE Hall of Famer, Bob Backlund. Now this rivalry was pretty much started last week on Raw, where Darren Young won a battle royal to determine the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Sorry. Yeah, there's really not much to say about this. But honestly, I'm gonna have to say Darren Young, because this match is basically submission versus submission. Alright, you got the crossface chicken wing, the legendary crossface chicken wing, squaring off against the legendary figure 4 leg lock. That's submission wise. For finisher wise, it's the gut check against the skull crushing finale, which honestly that makes no sense. But nevertheless, yeah, I'm gonna have to say Darren Young, because if he can weather the storm, that's the number one thing that Darren Young has to do, especially with a veteran like Miz. Weather the storm. If he can weather the storm and apply the crossface chicken wing just like that, then already he's the Intercontinental Champion. So I'm gonna have to go with Darren Young. Alright guys, we now move on to our second 6-man tag team match. It is John Cena teaming up with Enzo Amore and Big Cass. They will be teaming up against AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson, known as The Club. This whole thing pretty much started on the night that John Cena returned to Monday Night Raw about a couple of months ago. So check this out. AJ Styles was the first person to say welcome back. You know, extended his hand out, and they shook hands. And Anderson and Gallows said, "Unlike you, we're not here to kiss ass. We are here to kick it. That includes you." Sorry for my language. I know that kids are watching this, so I apologize for my language. But moving on. So AJ Styles offered John Cena to team up with him against Gallows and Anderson. John Cena accepted, and the AJ Styles took down John Cena, which led to a dream match between Styles and Cena at Money in the Bank. In my Money in the Bank predictions, I actually predicted that AJ Styles would win. So and he did, but in one of the most cheated victories in WWE history. So then Styles said, "You know what? If you can find 2 partners, then we'll have ourselves a 6-man tag team match at BattleGround." And Enzo and Cass came out, and we're here this Sunday. Honestly, I would say this is a no-brainer, but seeing Enzo and Cass in the ring these past few months, honestly, I gotta say they're pretty impressive. I gotta give them kudos. They're really good. So I honestly would put this match at a standstill, because you got John Cena, because the captains for these 2 teams, you got John Cena, and then you got AJ Styles. Both of those men have won so many world titles that it's impossible to predict who would win. So I'm putting this at a standstill. Alright guys, we move on to our second women's division match as the Irish Last Kicker, Becky Lynch, will go one-on-one with the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. Now this whole thing started at Money in the Bank where Becky and Natalya were teaming up against Dana Brooke and were a team between Charlotte and Dana Brooke. Sorry. Becky Lynch and Natalya teamed up against Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I apologize. I can't even talk right now. What is up with me? Anyway, there was, at the end of the match, at the closing moments of the match, there was a miscommunication. Dana Brooke threw Becky Lynch into Natalya. Charlotte hit the natural selection on Natalya and picked up the victory, which led Natalya to turn her back on Becky Lynch, and thus the series of sneak attacks had occurred. So it all comes down to what happens this Sunday. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with Becky Lynch because she, like Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch defines the term never give up and keep on fighting until your last breath is drawn. So, and plus it's the sharpshooter against the disarmer. So this is practically a submission match. So I'm gonna have to say Becky Lynch, because like I said with Darren Young, if Becky Lynch can weather the storm and apply the disarmer, she wins. Alright guys, we now move on to our match that is 15 years in the making. And no, I am not talking about John Cena against Styles. No. I am talking about a rivalry that dates all the way back to the independent circuits. Sami Zayn, one-on-one with Kevin Owens for the final time. Now this rivalry dates all the way back to their rookie years, to where they were in the independent circuit, like Ring of Honor or whatever. They were once the best of friends, now bitter enemies. Sami Zayn, between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was the first to actually enter WWE as part of the NXT roster. Kevin Owens didn't cry. He didn't pout. He was glad. He was proud of Sami Zayn. But when Kevin Owens joined WWE, was Sami Zayn proud? In Kevin Owens' mind, no, Sami Zayn was not proud in Kevin's mind. He thinks that Sami Zayn ruined their friendship for some odd reason. Honestly, this match will end this rivalry will end this Sunday. Because like Sami Zayn said, the only way their careers can go further is if one of them can pin the other. Or actually that made no sense. If this rivalry ended. So once more we have this match. Honestly, I'm going with Sami Zayn, because over the years Sami Zayn has beaten Kevin Owens a few times, but mostly Kevin Owens has beaten him. So what Sami should do is figure out a strategy to actually win. So I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn, and on the hopes that he can one day become champion. Alright guys, it is now time for our main event. It is for the WWE Championship, as Dean Ambrose will be defending the title against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. 3 former Shield brothers. Once a brotherhood, now a battleground, which is the name of the pay-per-view for this Sunday. This whole thing between the Shield started when they made their debut in WWE. It was in November of 2012. That was, what, 4 years ago? Yeah, 4 years ago. They got involved in a triple threat match for that very same title, as CM Punk defended against Ryback and John Cena. All three, Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns, all got involved in the match, thus CM Punk winning the match. Those 3 men had ruled WWE for literally over a year. That was until the night after Extreme Rules, 2014, where Seth Rollins, after Payback, where Seth Rollins turned his back on Ambrose and Reigns, thus the Shield has split. So then came Survivor Series last year, where, well, actually the night after Hell in a Cell, where actually a few weeks after Hell in a Cell, where Seth Rollins was at a house show. He was going one-on-one with Demon Kane, and was about to put Kane through a table until he destroyed his AC and until he destroyed his knee. Thus, he was no longer the champion. So Triple H had issued a tournament where both Ambrose and Roman Reigns were in the match. Both of those men actually made it through the finals until Roman Reigns won the championship, but lost it a few minutes later. He ended up winning the title back after the TLC pay-per-view back in December. So then came the Royal Rumble several months ago, this past January. Roman Reigns was eliminated by Triple H after Roman Reigns went through practically almost everybody. So then WrestleMania came. Fastlane came, where it was brother versus beast. Roman Reigns ended up winning the match. He went on to WrestleMania to defeat Triple H to become the champion. Thus, he ended up in a series of title matches against AJ Styles. And when Seth Rollins came back, he defeated Roman Reigns for the title at Money in the Bank. Just a couple minutes later, Dean Ambrose attacked Rollins from behind with the Money in the Bank briefcase that he had won earlier on in the night, cashed it in, and now he's the champion. Last night on Monday Night Raw, there was a controversy. There was a controversy on who was the champion. Both men's shoulders were down for the 3 count between Ambrose and Rollins. But we have found out that it was true. Both men's shoulders were down for the 3 count. Thus, Ambrose is still the champion. There will be a rematch tonight. But whoever wins will go into Battleground this Sunday as the champion. And for those of you who do not remember, Roman Reigns is still has been suspended due to a wellness policy that WWE has. And now we have this match. Honestly, this is something that every fan wanted to see. Once a brotherhood, now a battleground. Honestly, I am putting all of my money on Dean Ambrose. Because yes, Dean Ambrose is the lunatic fringe. Yes, he knows what to do under triple threat rules. So does Rollins and Reigns. They know what to do. But when it comes to those type of matches, Dean Ambrose has been in more triple threat, either triple threat or fatal 4-way matches than any of the other two. So I'm gonna put my money on Dean Ambrose. I'll say that he'll probably pin Seth Rollins or pin Roman Reigns. We will find out this Sunday. Well, that is it for this month's predictions. If you enjoyed this video, please post a comment below, like and subscribe for more. And for the WWE Universe out there, follow me on Twitter at WWE_minister. And for all of you Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, follow me on Twitter at Yu-Gi-Oh Player96. I'll put a link in the description below so you can follow me and check me out. And stay tuned because later this weekend, I will be doing another Yu-Gi-Oh card binder update. I will be doing that in several parts because there's more pages in that one than my last two. And this is your boy Nick here signing off.